The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
I wonder if they start mentioning Arsène Lupin.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
Right, okie dokie. Martin Hamish and Montague Dunn. Oh no. Right. Albert meets Montague Dunn and Martin Hamish at the Seed House about 9:30. Okay. It was around 20 minutes to 10. Okay, so here okay. Alright, so we'll just play through this. Oh dear. It was around oh dear, that's because we need to reset this, don't we? Right. It was around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish and Montague Dunn went out to the backyard. I'm guessing this is just the colour, isn't it? After 10 minutes, Dunn recommences his inspection into the dry tropics room. And Hamish returns to the Seed House. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. Miss White was in the laboratory until 10:40. That's all the way through. When she saw Hamish and Albert in the water lily greenhouse and joined them there. 10:40. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he observed that Montague Dunn was unwell, which was about 10:30. Albert was in the Seed House. Albert saw Hamish returning from visiting Miss White. So that was about here. And that means that goes there. Yeah, Albert was in the Seed House the entire morning. He observed Hamish returning from visiting Miss White at 10:10. So I'm going to play the events. This is what we see happening. Wait, hang on. Hang on.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
I'm confused. Right. Because he says that he saw her, but so have we put those together? Albert is not involved. It is unlikely that Albert would have had the opportunity, and 10 minutes would not have been enough to lock the door. 10 minutes would have been enough for him to follow Montague Dunn and lock the door in order that Martin... Right, so we go escape. We'll get back to that in a moment. The other option is we put these two together, which says, not a competent and like that Martin would have had the opportunity, and 20 minutes would not have been enough. So that's that. And if you say he had time, okay, this is going to go, rah, that doesn't work. But if he doesn't have time, no, if Miss White doesn't have time, then he can't be involved, I think. Yeah. If Miss White didn't have the time to do it, then Albert couldn't have done it. So actually, if I go and talk to... So if I actually don't use that yet, if I talk to Lestrade about it, will he say something? Well, I don't know. Maybe if we talk to Lestrade, he'll say something.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
Right, then let's keep moving. Now the question is, why did she do it? That's kind of... because that'll decide whether I absolve or condemn. It seemed very much to be a money thing, but... it's that kind of mix where I'm not... where she needed the money, and he just cut her off. Yes, this is what we see. Now... it's a timeline. Hamish ran to Albert... No. When she saw Hamish and Albert in the water lily, them there... 10:40, that's there. Albert's in the seed house. He observed Hamish returning from visiting Miss White at 10 minutes past 10. So, he saw her coming... let's play this, actually. No. Which way did he return, then? Because he saw her returning at 10 past 10. Did he go back into the nursery? Yeah, so they saw each other, and then... he sees, runs through...
Let us summarize. Montague...
no, I don't want to skip, but I've already done this.
Martin Hamish, Albert, Miss White. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
So then the question is... from... now, she was in here. You can't see the colonial thing, can you? From here. It's an interesting point. So I think Miss White did it. I still want to... I want to think about why. It was to do with the money. I want to try and work out why, because then I know what kind of... I'm using that as a guide as to whether I absolve or condemn. Because... because... right, it was to do with the money. And he'd cut her off. I mean, that's what we've got in this letter. Which one is it? No. No, it was after this, wasn't it? Thought that would have been... ah, here we are. The breakup. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position at Kew Gardens. As you point out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You're quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck. And this is the thing, is I want to know what the... yeah, the personal loan. So it sounds like he was forceful. He was trying to get... yeah. So he was trying to leverage his position of debt to romance her, shall we say. And she didn't want anything to do with him. And so, well, okay, you're free. And you leave. So, thing is, it's one of those things where it's like, it was cold. This is kind of a cold blood thing, because they must have worked out how to do it. This is one of those things where it's like, if it's cold blood, I'm more tempted to go, yeah, condemn, rather than absolve. Right, let's see what it says. Because White's the accomplice. White is an accomplice. Margaret White was Martin Hamish's accomplice in killing Montague Dunn. Her professional ambition and personal situation had been damaged by the breakup with Dunn. Condemn. Miss White is a dangerous woman very capable of carrying out an elaborate murder for monetary gain. She flirted with Dunn's son and later pushed Martin Hamish to his suicide. She deserves the rope. I don't think she would have pushed Martin at all. I mean, she's not here. I don't think she's got any relevance to it. She flirted with Dunn's son for the money. No, I don't think so. Due to the fact that they're in the same classes and they've probably grown together because of doing that and both being at Kew. Or we can absolve Miss White. Miss White is a desperate woman in debt, resigned to consorting with wealthy gentlemen. When Dunn cast her aside, she killed him in desperation. Hamish tried to save her, and she deserves a second chance. Okay, based on these two, the one I think is more likely to be true is the absolved side. I don't think she's that dangerous, beyond how dangerous someone would be if pushed in general. So, I don't think she pushed Martin Hamish. So we're going to absolve Miss White, I think. Confirm your moral choice. Yes. I don't know if that was the right decision. Other people may have come up with different ones. Different decisions, different moral choices. Oh. I'm scared whenever a game freezes a bit like that, because I've been having a lot of problems with Oblivion recently. It's just been crashing like nonsense.
But Holmes, how can you be certain we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
I am not blaming you, Miss White. You are a young and brilliant woman, trapped in a dull and hostile world. Life has never been easy, men in particular.
You... It is hopeless.
Indeed. Well, it may be true that I cannot yet change the world, but I can spare your life.
My life. There is nothing left to save. I have lost everything. Do you hear me? Everything!
Uh-oh.
And you were just like all the others. You would abuse and take advantage of a vulnerable woman.
I hardly think so. Now just listen to me.
I've tried so hard, but I have had enough.
Miss White, no!
Oh, quick time.
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Okay, Watson's going to take it off her.
One step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Yay! Go, Watson. Yay.
Well done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
Clues found 22. Conclusion: White is an accomplice, and we chose to absolve her. What did we get? 22 out of 22, and conclusion: White is the accomplice. I mainly checked that just to see if I've missed a clue, but I mean, I think the game is for the most part, fairly linear and obvious. You solve one clue, that leads you on to another clue, and so on and so on. I think I'd prefer it if there was a bit more room for error, or some of the clues were more difficult to pick up. It's one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of the detective vision. I should probably save those rants for the credits at the very end of the game. I think there's... How many have we done now? We had Black Peter. Wasn't Bloodbath then. Bloodbath was third. Then we had Abbey Grange last time. What was the second one? Oh, Riddle the Rails. This is the fifth one. I think there's one after this one. Right, Miss White is a desperate woman, a victim of society. When Dunn cast her aside, her life stopped. She killed him in pure desperation with the help of Martin Hamish. She was the one who locked the door of the Colonial Collection room directly after Hamish released the caterpillars. She did not deserve such a terrible fate. Let us go. Warning, you're about to finish the case. The save files for this case will be removed. Press no if you'd like to select another moral choice. Press yes if you agree with the choice you have made and you are ready to start a new chapter. Let's go. Hidden Samaritan. People solved the crime, the case the same way, 90%. People who made the same moral choice, only 23% of people. I'm guessing other people think we're going down the line of she did it for the money, and she cozied up to Albert because of that. And I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. Who knows? Oh, I thought maybe we would have had a little thing with Lestrade where he said, "Oh no, I was wrong. There wasn't an accomplice," kind of thing. Oh well. Right. So yes, we're done. We've finished that case, which was the Kew Gardens mystery or Kew Gardens affair. I can't remember what the title was. Next time we will be doing this thing, a half moon walk. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.